and welcome back to the Reapers. So we've got something a bit fancy today. We've got blue versus red. So basically the blue guys start up here in this base. I've had to knock this together really quick, so it's not very pretty, but you get the idea. It's about 100-ish miles away from the red base here, and there is a mountain. Give me fucking strength. But there is a huge mountain range between the two bases, up to about 20,000 feet. Now, this is a mission for blue to attack red. Red do not get to attack the blue base. Red have to, I'll just go through the rules. Red have 10 MiG-21s available that can take off from their base. They can fly as many as they want at once, but 10 is the limit. They start with 4 game points. There are spawning as soon as the reds take off and get moving. 6 Aleutians, yes, I'm aware I spelled that wrong. Transport planes take off from where my mouse cursor is at the end, the rear end of that red arrow. They fly for 120 miles. It takes about 18 minutes when I timed them. Angels 25 to the red base. Then they will, if they're undisturbed, they will land. Once each of them lands and comes to a full stop, it will probably despawn at that point, so notice that. Once it comes to a full stop though, a mirage is unlocked. The idea is they're carrying spare parts or fuel or whatever, I don't care, make it up, which unlocks a mirage. So just to confirm, those Aleutians, all 6 of those Aleutians get to that red base and park. The reds get 6 mirages. The blues don't get 4th gen fighters, it's 3rd gen and lower. So that will be a real problem for the blues. The reds start with 4 game points, like I said, for every Aleutian. Yep, done that. The reds have to stay south of the border. That main red border along the mountain line, because they are essentially a defending force. Respawns are allowed to the unit limits of the airfield. Blues, we are the attacking force, and there are 4 targets for us. One is an EWR. It's on a hilltop 30 miles away from the red base. The second is a fully active and extremely well equipped S-300 SAM site. It has over, I think, 30 missiles, so it's a real big SAM site. Note the range of that S-300 SAM site is almost to our base. It's nearly 70 miles, so it's extremely potent. Don't tangle with it. The EWR is also surrounded by 20mm Zeus cannons, which are lethal to 1.5 miles. So essentially, no low-level bombing over that, and no rockets or guns, as you'll just get maimed. Same with the S-300, guarded by multiple ZU Zeus 23s as well, so there'll be no close kind of bombing of that S-300. Also, and the third target is the red base. It's the runway. To classify a kill on the runway, we have to get more than 7 craters on the runway. That would be a kill. 7 or less will not be a kill. It's guarded by Zeus 23s, so bear that in mind. To kill the S-300, we have to render it inoperable and to be confirmed by the reds. The EWR, we have to render it inoperable and to be confirmed by the reds. The 4th and final target is the Aleutians that will be spawning in. They're Angels 25, 240 knots airspeed, 350 knots ground speed. To get the point for killing that target, we need to kill or redirect all 6 Aleutians. So if one gets through to the red base, that target is not destroyed. So for each of those 4 targets that we destroy, we gain 1 point and red loses 1 point. So if we kill 3 targets at the end of the game, we've got 3, reds have got 1, blue wins. So we'll see how that goes. Blues, as normal, no respawns. So unless it's something like when we're taxiing around at the beginning, as soon as we take off essentially for the mission, no respawns, unless it's a genuine disconnect, which I can check, so don't fuck around with that. Other than that, would you please piss off and don't watch our planning so we can get on with our planning? Kind regards.
Yep.
Regards tactics, how I'd have thought at the last minute, I'll give my quick 50 cents and then you guys can kick off. My personal, if we have enough men, if we've got 16 men or more, my personal thing would be to have 4 squads. We just take off at exactly the same time, so a proper fucking Grim Reapers take off, and we just bundle for each target. So we've got men on all targets, one big fast hit, do as much damage as you can, bosh, back home. Why is that a good idea? I think because it disregards the mirages. Even if our guys who went to attack the Aleutians fail, it will still, the whole mission will be done so quick that the mirages won't matter because those illusions won't get down to land. That's my idea.
When do the illusions spawn?
As soon as we get into that S300, as soon as we're at the end of the runway, basically, we hit a trigger. As soon as we're taking off, we'll get 1 mile, and then a trigger spawns, then it says illusions are in play, and then they're in play, then they've got about 18 minutes until they hit that red base, and then maybe 2 to 3 minutes of landing before the mirages starting to become available.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you chaps think?
I have a suggestion. The Vegans can do toss bombing on the runway, means we don't have to go anywhere near the Zeus's.
Vegans is the runway, there's no doubt about it. It's not only that, it's because you'll have QFE problems with those mountains, I guarantee. But the runway, yes. Not
with the S300s, because we'd do a Maverick attack on it.
Yes, I was going to say EWR and S300 are pretty much Maverick only or GBU only. Anything dumb will pretty much miss them, or you'll have to get so close that you'll get shot. Vigans definitely for the base, that is what they're designed for. However, note that I've deliberately put the S300 so it does have line of sight of that base, so it's got to be like the quickest attack you've ever done, and probably expect to be shot after you've dropped your bombs, but so be it.
Are we not using froggers?
No, because the reason is we could literally sit at the borderline or inside our borderline and just shoot the EWR and S300, and it's completely unfair, obviously, because the coffee couldn't attack us. So frogs, SU-25s, yes. Tangos, no.
Roger.
What about the BK-90s for the vegan?
Has it got proper damage model yet?
Nope.
No,
it's just a big bomb.
Yeah, just one explosion.
They're banned on the Grim Reapers until they get, some kind of realistic model. So no.
I mean, the realistic model will be even more devastating than the existing one. But anyway.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, because the current one's a big bomb. The real thing is cluster munitions. So it will annihilate the runway.
Well, let's not dwell on it at the moment, and it looks stupid as well at the moment. Just a big nuke going off. I don't like it. Is everyone happy with going for all 4 targets? Do we want to rein it back to 3? We only need 3 to win. Do we want to just go for the static targets? Here's alternative 2, I thought, chaps. Stick to 3 groups. The Vegan group will go and kill the base. That's, they don't need any cap to do that. They can just go in at Mach 1 and kill the base. And then we have 2 CAS groups, each going for one going for the EWR and one going for the S300. Each of those CAS groups can have 2, and this might work with we'll have 2 cap planes leading in front of them who can tangle with the fucking whatever they've got, MiGs. If they need to. So they can tangle with the MiGs, they can tangle, and then they can tangle with them. If they got shot down, it really doesn't matter, but it just gives them enough time for the Harriers or whatever to get through, which is the Harriers' job. The CAS don't get fucking caught in a fight like we always do. Just go and kill the target. Would you prefer to do that? Just 3 targets? I'm kind of going for that.
So, I think you're close, but we need to send something to those illusions. Not much. It needs to be something so they have to respond to it.
Roger.
Because if we send even 1 plane at those illusions, you could probably take half of them out. I suppose with 2 Tigers, you could probably kill them all, meaning they have to send fighters out to disrupt them.
Alright, well let me put
Guardian.
Cutlass. hang on. Let me have Spear, just to get a fresh group. Spear is Illusions. So Spear is Illusions. Is that a... Is that do we want to send our top men on that, or do we want to send ship men on that? Let's put it bluntly.
To be honest, we have no intention of actually shooting the illusions down, because ideally we're going to be in and out before those mirages are able to take off.
So if you're not very good at it, if you can fly the F5 just about, but you're not one of our top men, go in Spear group. You're just essentially a massive distraction, which is great.
Yeah, because they have to respond to it if they hope to get a mirage, and since Recall doesn't have a MiG, he's stuck on the ground until they get those down. So,
Roger.
I'm stuck to my device.
Squirtle! You see, you're useless. You got an F5.
Of course I do, and I'm not going to do this mission either. I'm going to stay as Dagger.
You can stay as Dagger. Right, I'm not hearing any.
I'll go in
Elo.
Spear. I can only do air to air.
Perfect. Tony and Elo, they're a Spear. So by all means, go in and shoot those illusions, but there's a good chance you're going to get shot down. But you would have done your job just distracting them, so that will be a win for us.
Copy.
Right, sort your name out in Tony and the spreadsheet.
It's not letting me edit the sheet for some reason.
Roger, I'll sort it out. I don't know why.
Is the illusion, is spear flight the cap flight, or is cap flight something different?
So spear is for the illusions. So just and they've got Tony and Gonzalo, so that's fine. They don't need anything else. Next, we've got the figures of hammer. God forbid I'm in that. So we're going for the red base, and we don't want any cap cover. Next, we've got Buick and Sabre. So Buick is 3 Harriers so far. What would you be best at, the EWR or the S300? Buick, you guys talk to me.
Probably EWR.
EWR. You want an EWR? Okay, that's fine.
If we take out the EWR, the GCI will be useless because that's on the
Beautiful.
radar.
Okay, so you're our priority squad then. We will need protection with you, so we need to give some F5 Tigers to you, 1 or 2 Tigers like Sherman or Sly or something, to protect you. And Sherman or Sly, you can take some bombs if you want. You'll be fucking useless because you'll get killed by the Zeuses. I'd suggest just being cap and helping them through.
So we take our tanks up. We dump the tanks when we think we're going to get into the fight.
Yeah. And you've got to remember, I forgot to say, guys, but look at that S300 range. Whenever you're in that range, you will get shot. So you've got to be in the mountains. So Elo and Tony, you've got to go north around Mount Eldris to keep outside of that firing range, and then back round. So you've got to follow that curve round, you know what I mean? And you can see it on F10 when you click it on, so just make sure you've got the right settings on. So you guys can do that to avoid it. The rest of you are going straight towards your target, essentially. It's canyons all the way, so there's no flying above canyons and hoping for the best. It's canyons, and if you want to stay alive. So essentially, Sherman and Sly, if you're going with Buick, you've got to essentially fly with them. Maybe slightly in front of them once you cross the border, but with them. If you're not with them, you're not doing your job, basically. And then when the MiG-21s come in, you tangle with them, and the fucking Aviate carry on and do your job. Right, I'm going to put you over because you're obviously not. F5, and we've got Atomic. Okay, it doesn't want me to say that. F5, we've got Atomic. F5, so take your bags, take your missiles. Kestrel, P-Man, Jaden, can you all work the Mavericks or Hellfire, whatever it's called on that jet?
Sidearms.
Yeah.
Sidearm. Oh, sidearms, is it? Right. Okay. I mean, it's only a single target. Okay, you guys know better than me. You guys do whatever you want to do. It's it's a radiation emitting target, isn't it? Just be a little bit careful. There's a slight bug we found that it will shoot friendly aeroplanes down that sidearm. So Sherman is. Hang on. I've got everyone mixed up. Sly, you are the defender of Sabre. You will be flying with them, and Sabre's mission is to attack the S300, and it's extremely critical you get it killed. If you don't get it killed, we lose the mission. How do you kill it? You have to stop it being operable, so kill the command post and the radars. You can kill one of the 2 radars, but to be sure, kill both. Don't go for the launchers, complete waste of time. There's like 10 launchers in there. Don't go for the Zeuses, just get long range, accurate Maverick shots on those radar sites and that command post. Don't go in, don't try and drop bombs on it, you'll immediately be killed. Can you guys put yourself in, say, whoever's a Sabre, can you put yourself in there? Squirtle, are you a bomb? Are you a fighter?
I prefer to do cap, yeah.
Yep, so you're cap of Sabre, so I'm putting Squirtle there. So who's going as the Cass of Sabre? I've got Sonic. You're the man, aren't you? How about an SU-25? Are you good at that?
That's what I'm going to be taking.
And does it have a decent missile for this to take out a SAM site?
It's going to have to be rockets.
Oh fuck!
Close range.
Right. Okay. We don't have any solution for that, do we? You're not particularly good at the Harrier or anything, Harris.
25 mLs, the SU-25A. I'm pretty sure.
There is a very dangerous alternative. Let's run the enemy out of missiles.
You can, but I've put 30 missiles, and against a 3rd gen fighter, I'm pretty sure you're going to get shot down.
30 is not an issue, because it's going to fire multiple at the same time, so it's going to waste them quickly.
So in theory, if you wait on the edge of its firing envelope and you wait for it to launch its missiles up, you just dive below its radar coverage, do the same thing over and over again until it's out of missiles.
Can you get that done within 20 minutes and that little ferry we've got to do? Because you don't want to be around with those mirages. Okay, so Okay, static. I'm just thinking the most suitable thing for you. How about a vegan with Mavericks? Are you Maverickable? Static's not going to talk. Okay, so it's going to be just Sonic doing this, basically. I'll put you in there.
Roger.
I think Static is probably in the wrong chat.
She's
Yeah, it
in
makes
the
sense.
Grimmer's chat, so.
Okay, well, we've tried, haven't we? Sonic is... I forgot what you're going to be. Fill your own jet out. Right.
25.
25, that's about as organised as we can get. Anyone have any questions about their job?
Nope.
The red people are calling me a coward, and they're antagonizing me.
If I could use the Mavericks and the big one, I would go on Saber to boost Saber. Right, so our mission is to try and get Auntie up to speed and on Saber side, and then we're full strength and we're good to go. Remember, we've got to kill 3 targets to win this. Okay, that's our briefing and our tactics done. The next thing is we're going to start up the mission, which I'll send you in a sec. Check for any obvious defects, which are very likely, and get underway.